Did the Earth move for you too? Because it sure did for the folks in the Northeast. Now we're not talking about a romantic rendezvous gone right, but rather an unexpected guest that made quite the entrance. Yes, we're talking about the recent earthquake that struck near Lebanon, New Jersey. This rattler sent out a wake-up call that was felt from Washington, D.C. to New York City, all the way up to New England. Now you'd think with all our sophisticated technology, we'd be able to pinpoint the quake's magnitude right off the bat. Not quite so. This temblor was a bit of a diva, keeping us guessing with its magnitude. It was first reported as a 4.8, then revised to a 4.7, and then, surprise, surprise, back to a 4.8. It was like watching a seesaw game or a frantic bidding auction at Sotheby's. Well, it seems like the Earth had a bit of a hiccup, doesn't it? On this episode of the Great American Shake-Off, we had an unexpected guest star. An earthquake measuring a whopping 4.8 on the Richter scale, giving the Northeast a bit of a jolt. Now imagine the scene. It's an average day, and then suddenly, the ground beneath you starts doing the jitterbug. Residents were understandably startled, with some deciding it was high time for an impromptu game of how fast can you evacuate a building. Meanwhile, air traffic control towers across the region found themselves playing a real-life game of Jenga, albeit without the fun of toppling blocks. But fear not, it was a far cry from a disaster movie scene. No towering infernos, no dramatic rescues, no heroic action sequences. The New York Police Department and Fire Department reported no damages or injuries. So it seems like our guest star didn't stick to the Hollywood script. Our transportation services were a tad delayed, but hey, who hasn't experienced the occasional delay on Amtrak and NJ Transit? And that, folks, was the Great American Shake-Off, brought to you by Mother Nature herself. Now, after all that shaking and quaking, let's check in on the aftermath. Can you imagine? The New Jersey Transit and Amtrak services experienced delays. Now, if that doesn't sound like a typical Monday morning commute, I don't know what does. Picture this, you're sipping your coffee, reading the morning paper, and bam, it's an earthquake. But don't worry, your latte isn't in danger of any seismic spills. The United States Geological Survey reassured us that this was just a shallow quake, occurring just below our feet at 5 kilometers depth. They've indicated that it's unlikely to cause any significant damage, so no need to start panic buying duct tape and canned goods just yet, folks. In the grand scheme of things, it seems like we got off pretty lightly. A little shake, a little stir, but all's well that ends well, right? So next time you feel the Earth move, remember, it might just be Mother Nature trying to wake you up from your afternoon nap. Thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.